Okay, here we're back with number 5. 4 months prior to year end, 3% special assessment bonds totaling $500,000 were issued to fund a streetlight improvement project in a local subdivision. So 4 months prior, so we have 4 months prior, and we have 3% interest, and we're borrowing $500,000. Okay. Now that we've oh, and the first $25,000 installment will be due from property owners. So the 25 first payment is from property owners. So we're going to start off in the debt service fund because we are borrowing money. And we will debit cash. And we will credit other financing sources. Proceeds of special assessment bonds. And we said we borrowed 500. And then we have to record the assessments receivable. Assessments receivable current. And then we're going to have the receivable unavailable. And then we're going to have our revenues and our deferred inflows of resources. Unavailable revenues. So our assessment current is at 25,000. And then the unavailable is the 500 minus the 25,000. And the revenues is 25. And our unavailable is 475. Okay. Now we're going to go down to governmental activities. Where here we're going to hit cash and then the special assessment debt with governmental commitment. And the reason why they say with government commitment, you know, it told us that up here. Why is that important? Because that makes the bonds more secure. You know, it's like if you look on the back of a dollar bill there, it'll say something about in the full faith of whatever, blah, blah. That means the government backs the money, so that means it's good. So again, we're going to have our assessments receivable, current, then our assessment receivable unavailable, then again we're going to have our program revenues here. General government capital grants. What did I do here? I completely erased it. So let's try this again. So we have our program revenues, general government, capital grants, and contributions. And then we have our deferred inflows of resources, unavailable revenues. And we know this is 25, right? Then the 475, and then the 25, and the 500. And then the last piece that we have is the expenses, interest on special assessment debt. Special assessment debt. Okay, now how are we going to calculate that? Remember, principal times rate times time. So the principal is 500 times the rate, which is 3% or 0.03 times 4 over 12. Remember it said the last 4 months there. So that's why we're doing that. And we get 5,000. And the final piece is interest payable. Okay. So I think that's not too bad. It's getting a lot clearer, I hope, and you know, we're starting to get the feel of how things are flowing.